Hi everyone, welcome to Smriti Special. We're in my home kitchen today and I'm going to show you how to make some delicious cheese straws. And bonus is that this does not have any egg in it and still it's going to be really amazingly crunchy. It's really good with soups, stews, just as a snack or just to dip any of your sauces. It's really good. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to need is some butter. Now this is how simple and easy this recipe is. It's basically putting together a dough. With that we are going to add some cream cheese. Now one thing is that the butter and the cream cheese has salt, so we don't need too much salt. So I'm just going to add a little bit more salt, baking powder. Everything just goes in. This is how easy it is. The baking powder is going to give this a really nice light texture. This is some paprika. You can use some Kashmiri lal mirch if you want, and some black pepper. And then we're just going to kind of combine this, just cream it up into the bowl just with your hands, because that'll really help cream everything together. Okay. It will help if your ingredients are at room temperature, or in the summers, just keep them out of the fridge for just about 15 minutes and then that's the texture you need. Okay, to this we're going to add our all-purpose flour. Now you can do half all-purpose flour, half whole wheat flour if you want. But today we are just using all-purpose flour or maida. And then we're just going to combine this into a dough. Now if you use whole wheat flour, then you might have to add like a teaspoon or so of water, because the roughage, the fiber in all-purpose flour will be absorbing a lot of the fat. Okay, and then what I have here is some mozzarella cheese, and I'm just going to grate that in as well. Use good cheese, guys. Of course, it's cheese straws. If you don't have good cheese, then what's the point? Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. Beautiful. And then just gonna combine that in here as well. Lovely. You'll see how easy this recipe is, because there's literally like a couple of ingredients which you probably already have on hand. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is a little bit soft. We're going to cling wrap this and then put this into the fridge for about half an hour or so, or you can even freeze it for a later day. And then once it rests, we're going to roll it out and I'm going to show you what to do next. So what I have here is my dough, which was chilling in the fridge for about half an hour. See, it's winter right now, so it'll take about half an hour. If it's summers, then it might take a little more time. So just push it out. Now what I have here is a silicone mat, just so that it doesn't move. And then I have 2 pieces of parchment paper and I'm going to roll this out. Okay. Just press it down just a little bit so it's easier for you to roll it. And it's so simple and easy. You can make a big batch of this, bake it, put it in an airtight container, and then you can snack all season long if it lasts that long. Okay, now I'm going to keep rolling this, and once it becomes a rectangle, I'll show you what to do next. So I have managed to roll this out. What I did was, if it was sticking a little bit to my parchment, you just take a little bit of all-purpose flour, not a lot, just a little bit, and then just dab that on so it doesn't stick to the parchment anymore. Now, the reason I like to roll this in between two pieces of parchment is so that we don't have to use a lot of flour. But if you don't have parchment, by all means, just roll it like your roti dough, roll it like any other cookie dough that you do. Okay, that's good. Just gonna take that off, and we're just going to use the same thing on a piece of, well, on a tray, baking tray. And then what I'm going to do is to just take this excess and just put it on there, just so you have straight lines. You can anyway re-roll this as many times as you want to finish off the dough. You don't have to waste anything ever, especially with cheese. Okay, now we're just going to cut out little strips. Okay, you don't have to worry too much about it being straight and all that. If your knife sticks a little bit, just put a little bit of maida or all-purpose flour and then just keep going. Now I'm going to show you a couple and then I will do the rest later on. Okay, so what we have here is some strips. Now I'm going to just twist it like so. Like that. Perfect. Let's take another one and then just twist it along. And then you can leave some strips straight as well. If you want, you can just trim off the edges. It helps if your cheese straws or cheese sticks, they remain same thickness so that everything bakes together. So I'm just going to keep on doing this. Then this is going to go in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius in the middle rack with the fan off for about 20 minutes or so. Just keep an eye on it. You want it to be nice and golden brown and not too brown, because that means that you've just burnt the cheese. So just keep an eye on it. Once this is done, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Just a reminder for you guys that we run an amazing online pastry school with professionally recorded sessions. We have classes from amateur to advanced level. And if you guys want to up your pastry game or your baking game, then you got to check it out and enroll for Smriti Special Online School. The link for this is given in the description box below. Now this is what it looks like after baking and cooling down. It's really amazing. Like, can you see this? It's so nice and golden brown, and just make this in a bunch and put this in like a tall glass or something with your soup. And I'm sure your family, your guests, your friends, everybody are going to love it. Now this is the twisted version and this is like just the straight version. Both are delicious. Of course, the twisted version looks a little more fancy. And let me show you what the texture looks like on the inside. So I'm just going to break this open. And can you see that? Can you see how amazingly light it is? Just, you know, since the time we were trying out these recipes, the cheese straw, we had to make like another batch because everybody was just munching on it all the time. So make this recipe. I'm sure you're going to love it. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves a good cheese straw, especially if it's made at home. Share a picture with me on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. I love to see your recreations of my recipes. Like this video, comment on it, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more delicious vegetarian recipes. I'll see you again next time. Bye!